up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, we are jumping right into this video. So right now I'm just braiding my hair, and I'm just prepping it like this because I don't want to part and then braid. I just want to just part my whole head and just get that part over with, and then when it's time to braid, I can just take down the braids, part my hair into sections, and then begin to braid. And so that's what I'm doing right here. I feel like this method saves me a little bit of time because I have all of my hair just already parted into sections, and so that saves me a little bit of time. And also, before we get further into this video, I just want to say a disclaimer that this is not a hair tutorial. I am not teaching you guys how to do this style or anything. I am doing these knotless braids for the first time ever, so I can't really teach you guys something that I really don't know how to really do. And so I just still wanted to just do them and then bring you guys along as I'm doing it. That's what I'm doing. So right now, as you guys can see, this was the hardest part, I feel like, of the entire process of me doing this, doing my hair. I feel like this part was a challenge, but and I say that because I don't have a mirror in the back of my head, and I didn't have anybody else to part my hair for me. And so y'all see that my parting isn't the best, but I tried my best and used my camera as my mirror. And so that's all I had for the back of my head. I used my camera as my mirror. And so if y'all got any other method or a better method to use with parting the hair in the back and getting the lines more straight, let me know. So once I was done braiding my hair, this is how my head looked. And then I had already began to braid my hair into the knotless braids. So this is what I mean by this process saves me a little bit of time, because once I'm done with one row, I don't have to go back and part it again. All I have to do is just take this braid down like I'm doing now, and then I just part my hair into sections, and then I add a little bit of jam to it and then clip it up. And so that is what I'm doing right now. And again, like I said, this process of like the parting is like so much harder than anything else, because it's like I don't have a mirror in the back of my head to see my parting. I'm just using my camera. And with this style, a knotless braid style, your parts have to be really neat. Now I just slowed the video down because I want to show you guys how I did my knotless braids. So I'm just taking one of my sections, then I'm going to add a little bit of jam to it, and then I'm just going to start off braiding with my real hair. And then once I braided about 2 times, or I don't know how to really explain this process, but you guys can see that I braided a few times, and then I'm going to add the weave, and I'm just adding just a little bit at a time until I get to the thickness that I want. And then once I get the thickness that I want, I just continue to braid down, and then that's how I got my knotless braids. I just got this technique from other videos that I've watched on YouTube, other YouTubers, and so yeah. And again, I know this isn't perfect, but this is my first time ever doing like knotless braids. And then like this is the same process as if someone was to do like feed-in braids. And believe it or not, I've never done feed-in braids, or I've struggled with trying to do feed-in braids, and so I feel like this is way easier than feed-in braids. I don't know, that's just me, that's just my opinion. Others may feel differently, but besides that, this process took me a very long time. Like it took me dang near all day to do this. Like my neck was hurting, arms was hurting, fingers was hurting. Like, man, I wish I knew somebody that knew how to braid hair, or knew somebody that could help me part my hair or something. Like something to just make it easier on me. But that's the beautiful thing about this whole process, because it was a challenge, and I feel like because it was a challenge, I was able to figure out ways to make this whole process much easier for me by finding techniques that would make this process go faster, as well as when doing the feeding braids, I was able to figure out, you know, how to make this process much more easier, because again, I've never done feeding braids before, and so I figured out little ways to make it, you know, much faster, and that would basically just help me continue doing my hair, because there was a few times I did want to give up and be like, you know, this don't even look good, it's not even gonna work out. But at the end of the day, it turned out, and I was very impressed and proud of myself. Like, my lines were crooked and everything. You see my parts are disproportionate and all that, but I'm like, you know what, even if this doesn't turn out, I'm leaving these braids in because I really needed something done to my head. And so regardless if these knotless braids was to look good and turn out, I was gonna keep them in my head regardless, because I'm like, I need something done, I need something in my head. And I, you know, being someone who's natural, it's a lot to deal with, and you know, sometimes you just don't want to deal with it. And I wasn't finna keep dealing with this head and, you know, wearing wigs and stuff like that. I needed some braids and to just give my head a rest for a little bit. And so knotless braids it was. And of course I wanted to do something different that I've never done, because that's just me, and I've always been a person who like doing different things and trying new things. But I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope you guys are learning something from this video, even though this is not a tutorial and I'm not teaching you guys how to do knotless braids. I hope you guys are still taking something away from this video, something new away from this video, and is learning something that you probably didn't know before. And I promise you guys, these braids are not tight at all. They may look tight right here, but I promise y'all, they are not tight. They are not pulling, none of that. Like, they feel super light. Like, knotless braids are way better than regular box braids for sure, because it's not pulling at your hair at all. So right here again, I had went ahead and slowed the video down, because if you didn't catch it the first time, I'm just showing you guys again and with a closer view of how I did my knotless braids. Alright, so I'm almost done. I'm basically halfway. This is what it's looking like so far. Pretty still unsure at this point of how these are going to look, but I just kept on going anyway. But anyways, let's talk about this quarantine though, you guys. Like, what are some things you guys are doing to keep yourself busy? Let me know in the comment sections below, because I know it's rough out here for some people. Like, being in the house, a lot of people aren't used to. I'm used to being in the house because I'm real life a homebody. I know how to keep myself busy, whether it's designing clothes, making YouTube videos, doing my hair, doing my nails, just anything, working out, just going outside for a walk. Like, y'all, just do anything. Do some TikTok videos. Try to keep yourself busy. I know it's rough out here, and I just feel like they're just going to keep prolonging and extending this quarantine, because they don't want to tell us like we're in quarantine for 4 months. No, they're just going to be like, we're going to be in quarantine for a month, and then when that month is up, they're going to extend it again and again and again and again until after the summer is up. And that's just what I feel like is going to happen, because I don't know, they just don't want the world to panic. But I mean, people are going to panic anyways. Y'all see the stores, grocery stores ain't got no food, ain't got no tissue, ain't got no, you know, you can't find nothing. No hand sanitizer, no disinfectant wipes, none of that. It's definitely a rough time for us millennials, but I hope you guys are finding stuff to keep yourself busy. But Anyways, enough about this quarantine stuff and this COVID-19 virus. Let's go ahead and get into this hair. Y'all see how far I've gone, and look how late it is. It's 12:40 and I was like extremely tired. I didn't get done with my hair until about 2 o'clock, but once I was done, I was pretty impressed. So let's get into this look. This is the final look of the hair. Y'all let me know what y'all think. So I'm happy with the outcome. Like I said, even if the braids don't turn out, I was still going to keep them in. So yes, I'm keeping these braids in, and even though they're not the neatest, the parts aren't the straightest, there's still room for improvement. So I think I did a good job for my first time, and I even tried it with the bun. I like the bun. It's not heavy at all. It's really weightless. Like, this whole style is weightless. Alright, so this is the end. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next upload. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you later.